She did what? They said Cassie FaceTimed her husband while she was getting cracked by Diddy. Man. This is day 5 of the Diddy trials. I'm about to give you guys key moments of what Cassie said that had social media in a frenzy. Cassie admitted that while she was with her husband again, she linked up with Diddy and got it on because through a text she stated that she wanted to embrace him. The husband FaceTimed her in the midst of her getting greased. She stated she does not hate Diddy, that she still has love for the past and what it was. I don't even know what that means. Messages show that while she was with her husband, she told Diddy that she wouldn't be at this beautiful point in her life without him. She also stated that she went back to keep linking up with Diddy after he R-worded her while she was with this guy right here. She stated that she left Diddy forever after Kim Porter's funeral because Diddy called Kim Porter his soulmate, stating that that basically hurt her feelings, and that's when she knew to solidify it with her husband. Also, she originally thought she completely broke it off with Diddy when she first started dating her husband after he got with the woman Gina. But again, she officially never seen Diddy and married her husband after he's called Kim Porter his soulmate.
Yo, man, listen, Cassie husband, come on, man. Be honest here. This is the reason. This is the reason for a lot of you men, to understand your woman's path. You have tons and tons of women every day telling you that, hey, a body count doesn't matter. My past doesn't matter. My past doesn't make up who I am today. But here we have Cassie sitting up here on this stand. We sit up here thinking, well, at first we sit up here thinking that, okay, Diddy done did some off the wall vile stuff, which he did, right? He did. Granted. But to sit here and act like a lot of this stuff Cassie didn't want to be a part of is mighty wild. And this is what I do not like about the system, because we can sit here and we can see that this woman was fully invested into Diddy, was fully invested into a lot of these freak offs, right? She had opportunities to get out of this situation. She chose not to. And one of her reasons that she did not want to leave when she had opportunity to leave was because, hey, well, you know, I'm number one, I love him, right? That's the excuse that all of these women say. Oh, I love him, whatever, right? A bunch of men love their women before their wives go out here and go initiate a divorce and go mess up the family. But does that matter? No, it doesn't, right? It does not matter. Many men try to keep their family together, keep their wives from leaving, which, in my opinion, you should just let her leave, because if she already thinking about leaving you in the first place, she doesn't have any respect for you. But the fact that Cassie just stayed and she allowed this, and oh, well, you know, I love him. Once again, a man can love his woman, but they divorce him, and the courts will always go in the favor of the woman. The courts will always go in the favor of the woman still, while the man said, well, damn, I mean, I still love the girl. I mean, what are we talking about here? So this whole situation that, hey, well, you know, I love him, that's wild. That's wild to still sit here and endure something as bad as that. And you've always said you didn't want to deal with that. That's why I said, man, we had to let this story come out. And I'm glad they let the story come out, because I wasn't really ever going to talk about it. This is my first time ever talking about it. But now that we got some more information out, yo, they some freaks, man. They crazy. They crazy. And the fact that the husband is sitting here, I think it was like day 1 and day 2, the husband, it got so bad that the husband had to walk out.
Cassie's husband leaving court again after now finding out that Diddy would ask her to place another man's semen on his body, specifically on his chest and nipples. This is the second time he walks out.
I would have walked out too. And I probably would have been like, hey, man, look, babe, I get you're going through a whole lot. And I probably would try to wait until after this case, but no telling how long this trial is going to last. I got to go out. I got to leave. There's no way in the world I can still be a part of this. This is what happens when you're the guy caught with the bag, right? You're left caught holding the bag. I mean, this girl went through, a field of wee-wees, and now all of a sudden she wants to come up here, and then on top of that, she gets a settlement. You get a $30 million settlement, and then you still try to put this man in jail. Anytime a woman is strictly going straight to the money first, that is automatically, to me, like, ma'am, you are a participant. You whatever you're trying to accuse this man of doing, he didn't do, because you automatically want to go look for the money. And this right here is crazy. This shows how a lot of your women can get off, how a lot of your women can make life as easy as possible. Well, look at what she had to do to get it. That's on her. That is on her. She chose to be there. Numerous of times she chose to be there. Numerous of times she had an opportunity to leave, but she chose not to. And then you got your husband up here. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if the husband asked. I don't know if the husband said, hey, babe, look, it is what it is. She probably told him like 10% of what they did back in the past. And he was like, okay, that's good enough, babe. Hey, listen, it is what it is. We're talking about now. I love you. Baby girl should just left it alone. But then it come to find out that she over here having ex with Diddy, and she claimed the few days before that she got raped. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? That is a participant. That is somebody who is saying that, hey, well, listen, nah, I like this lifestyle. I like this lifestyle. I love this. I love this. And then the funny thing about it is, once again, your women swear up and down that they mature faster than men, that that their intuition is out of this world, that they're the most educated, this, that, and the third. But yet she is trying to make it a play that, hey, well, you know, I was 19, I was 20, I was 21 years of age, so I really didn't know any better. Are we serious? Are we serious? Are we really gonna lie like that? Are we really just gonna just keep trying to give women an out no matter what? You are 20, 21, but once again, y'all the most educated, y'all the smartest, y'all all of this. But anytime it comes down to a court and they always ask, why did you stay? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? They always say, well, I love them. And they always say, well, you know, I was scared to get out of it. You know, I was this, you know, I was that. I was young. I didn't know any better. If that's the case, then for women, they can't drive until they hit 25 years of age. They cannot drive until they hit 26 years of age, since being 16 years of age is way too young. They don't know much, man, at the age of 20, 21, 22. So why are we allowing them to drive at the age of 16? Why are we allowing people to drink at the age of 21? We shouldn't even allow them to drink at the age of 21, being that they can sit over here and drink and still go to the club and go mess up somebody else's life because they're drunk. Not because the man is drunk, but because they're drunk. And they're both coming here with the same intentions, but the only person that goes to jail is the man. That's crazy. So no, we need to have these women, at least for the alcohol, make sure women don't drink alcohol until they're at least 30. So they can't keep using the idea that, oh, well, I was 19, I was 21, I was 22, I was 23, I was 24, so I just wasn't in my right mind. You're a grown adult. And then, I mean, once again, I mean, you have this man who's here defending you. You have this man who is here defending you, and this is the stuff that he has to hear.
I was in the courtroom as Cassie was testifying, so let me tell you guys everything that you didn't see or may have not heard, because it's a lot. I will say the most damning part of her testimony for me is when she describes a freak off where Diddy and another man, an escort, are standing on top of her while she is laying on the floor high off of ecstasy, and they are urinating on her face to the point where she is choking on their pee. And to further give context, on the right hand side of the court seated is her husband Alex Fine. On the left hand side, Diddy's 6 out of 7 kids are sitting in the courtroom as Cassie is describing having weekly freak offs for years that would last 2, 3. One lasted up to 4 days. She talked about damaging hotel rooms so bad in one instance that they had to pay such a hefty fee because the hotel told them that they needed to completely redecorate the room after a freak off. After a freak off, there would be blood, urine, and lots of baby oil. There was so much baby oil. There was also so much baby oil talk to the point where the judge at one point told prosecutors, wrap it up. But before we even got there, a very pregnant Cassie was called to the stand. She was wearing a tight brown turtleneck dress that was hugging her baby bump. When she sat down, you could tell she was nervous. And if you couldn't, you quickly picked up on it, because once she started talking, you noticed that she paused a lot. She would sigh heavily before she answered a question. One of those moments was when she explained to the court that a year into their relationship, that Diddy had approached her with this fantasy that he had. He called it voyeurism, where he wanted to see her have sex with another man, later referred to as freak-offs. She said her stomach dropped. She was 22 years old. She described herself as very naive and a people pleaser. She said the only reason that she agreed to it is because she knew it would make him happy, and she was afraid what would happen if she said no. That's also around the time, she says, that he started to get abusive. Most of her testimony today was spent on talking about these freak-offs, the different escorts that they would use, the different hotels that they would use. She said that she would find escorts off of Craigslist and this escort service called Cowboys for Angels. And to describe them they weren't the most attractive men, right? They were very average looking. Some of them weren't even conventionally attractive. One thing they had in common is most of them were black, because Diddy preferred for her black men with a big D, she said. At one point, Cassie broke down in tears when the prosecutor asked her, why didn't you leave? If the freak-offs, as you explained, were so disgusting and humiliating, why not leave? And she started crying and said that she was very deeply in love, and this was the only alone time that she could get with Diddy. And it got to a point where this was kind of the only emotional connection that she was getting from this man that she was dating. So much more that I'll cover in another video, including his incessant phone calls, him tracking her down with his security, and her never being able to escape him.
Guys, all that crying don't mean nothing. I'm just be honest with you. All that crying don't mean nothing. She left that man hanging with the bag, and that man is like, dang. That's why I said, I don't know if she told him everything and he just said, well, you know what, baby, it is what it is. I love you. It's all about our future. Just for her to then try to come back around and get a settlement, right? But like, nah, man. Like, nah, man. This right here is a swindle, because then also, once again, man, you, like I said, you wanted 30 mil about this guy. You didn't say anything after all of these years. Now all of a sudden you want 30 mil off of him. You claimed that he raped you, but yet you came back to have some more, to get some more Diddy wee wee. I mean, like, and we're trying to pass it off because they know the DV, that's pretty much about the only thing that they can hold this man accountable for, but they're trying to get him on trafficking and a RICO charge, all of this extra stuff. But what it sounds like is, it sounds like he's guilty of just being a super freak. That's what it just sounds like. He sounds like he's guilty of being a super freak. But to sit here and act like this girl is innocent, to sit here and act like this girl did not know what she was doing or she did not want any parts of it, is BS. It's BS, and this is why women are as bad as they are today, because they try to keep pulling stuff like this, and the system keeps allowing it. Well, our job is to make Diddy look like a bad person, when the whole time she was part of this stuff. I will also agree that, hey, there was probably times where she didn't want to do it, but Diddy was like, hey, shoot, like, come on, bro, we got to get something going. And she probably felt that, okay, well, you know what, hey, well, I'm going to do it just because. I can understand that. But to sit here and say she went through that whole relationship with Diddy with that exact same mindset is BS, especially with all of the stuff that just came out. No, ma'am, you were a participant. And now all of a sudden the money done dried up. Now you're trying to get some more money off of this man. And now it's coming back. Look, I would say I don't believe in karma, but this is probably karma, where karma's like, okay, well, hold on. You waited all this long to say something. Then all of a sudden you wanted to get your couple of mil. Then you got your million. Now all of a sudden you gotta take this man back to trial. So now you done took this man money and trying to put this man in jail for something that you were a part of. Crazy. Bottom line, guys, and this is really for the men. Bottom line, do not be the guy left holding the bag. Ask those questions. You want a woman to guilt trip you into staying in a relationship, then believe everything that she's saying. And just do what this man probably did. Hey, well, babe, you know what? It is what it is. I don't care about your past. What me and you got right now is good. Let's continue to let that roll. He probably thinking the whole time, okay, well, they probably ain't got nothing going on anymore, because she done FaceTime this guy. That's wild. But once again, she probably told this man, hey, well, you don't have to worry about him. You don't have to worry about these guys. I love you. And the guy was like, well, you know what? I love you too, babe. You know, I can care less about your past, right? He is one of your blue pill guys. He's your destinies of the world. Well, your past doesn't mean anything to me. It's what you do in the future. Whole time, man, the chick was out here ready to get drilled still while she was still with you. She FaceTimed you. I mean, like, guys, what are we doing? She's talking about she still loves this dude. This is what happens when you are a imp. This is what happens when you want to sit here and pedestalize women. You get put in situations like this. And now, be honest with you, even when this thing is all said and done, there's going to be such a bad taste. There's going to be such a bad taste in both of their mouths, but also on both of their names, that I don't think that marriage will last. I'm just being honest with you. That's just too much. Especially for an imp. That's just way too much. But hey, you know, y'all want to continue to be imps. Y'all want to be like Yada Awakening. Y'all want to sit over here and be like Derek Jackson. Y'all want to be like Ace Metaphor, weak ass. Y'all want to be like a bunch of these brothers. That's fine, right? But you will be caught left holding the bag, right? So, I mean, hey, look, do me a huge favor. Let me comment, subscribe to the channel.